Fam, what's up? Good morning. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for watching Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Give me a roll tide up inside the comment box. I appreciate you guys. New location. Look, I'm gonna tell you where I'm at. Okay, where T and I are at. Okay, probably in 15 minutes. But if you can guess the location, all right, we'll send you something nice. I appreciate you guys being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Look, tomorrow, all right, we got the ReliaQuest Bowl. I'm going to break it down. I want to get your score predictions today inside the comment box. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. I see you guys talking about the right tackle position. I would imagine that Alabama at some point goes to the transfer portal for a couple additional guys, probably as we get closer to that spring transfer portal window. So we'll talk about that on the show. I appreciate you guys. Warm. Let's talk about ReliaQuest Bowl. What's the excitement level? Has it peaked a little bit? With Michigan and Alabama in this ReliaQuest Bowl, I'm interested in it. I think that as I look to this game, I was just listening to Coach Kalen DeBoer and Coach Moore talk about this game and kind of their excitement. It was kind of word salad, to be honest. Like nothing really stood out from that press conference. But I think each of these coaches needs to win this particular game, right? So we're going to go over that. I appreciate you guys being here. A lot of people asking about Squirrel White. I just don't think that's going to fit. I was looking at too. Like I feel Tennessee fans weren't mad that he was leaving. I think Alabama fans are probably interested in him because he was teammates with Bach. But as I had a video out the other day, is like, he is not. I don't think he's going to be a guy that fits into this transfer portal class. And I think you're good with the wide receiver. So, for those of you out there that are kind of wishing on a star with Squirrel White, I would let that pass. Kind of the same thing with KC Conception. I saw that he committed to Texas A&M for a monster deal, NIL wise. Look. Alabama, and I was curious to get your point on this and get your take on that. We got 101 up. What's up? I appreciate you guys being here. I know you guys want Squirrel White. I know you guys want KC Concepcion, right? Well, KC committed to Texas A&M. And Squirrel White, I have no idea where he'll go. Maybe Auburn, who knows? But I think you got your wide receivers. And if you bring in those wide receivers, who are you going to have them start over? And is there enough, I guess, NIL money from Yale, Alabama, whatever, to go around to all these wide receivers? Because, Jalen Mbakwe, I'm sure that he didn't, recommit for chump change. So that's your wide receiver. Is he better than KC Concepcion or Squirrel White? We have no idea. He hasn't even played wide receiver yet. But Alabama certainly saw value to keep him. And I think with getting Jalen Mbakwe to transfer from defensive back to wide receiver, that was a transfer portal addition. That is why you probably didn't get KC Concepcion. That is probably why you're not going after Squirrel White, along with the fact that you also got Isaiah Horton coming in, along with the fact that you got Ryan Williams. And these players must have made a pact or something like that in terms of, keeping things hush, with announcements for the NFL. No player really has announced that they're going to the NFL draft. These captains are just focusing on this upcoming game against Michigan, and that's it. So, we haven't heard Jerry Bernard, Jameer and Latham. They're like, we have no idea. Jalen Milroe, he's like, I'm maximizing my opportunities. And I think that's what is not necessarily frustrating to people, but Alabama, football fans are like, is Jalen Milroe leaving or not? And we're like, why won't you just tell us? And I was thinking about this too. I was like, I think it's because, honestly, there's two parts. Probably because they just want to focus on this game against Michigan because they know that they have to win because their draft stock, depends heavily on one more game. So maybe, I don't know. I'm just like, why won't they tell us? But I think it's just because I was thinking about it. I was like, I think just because they just want to focus on this game. I appreciate you guys being here on this beautiful Monday, December 30th. All right. And here are basically the key points to this game, right? Bama's favored. Alabama on paper, look, no sugarcoating this. Alabama should, completely dominate this game against Michigan. Completely dominate. It should be all Alabama the entire game. I saw the first half line is Alabama by 7. Alabama's going to absolutely rolling. by halftime. They're Michigan. This is, you know what this will be comparable to? I think that Michigan doesn't have any offense. It won't be as bad as when they played Missouri, but I mean, Michigan's offense, how are they going to manufacture, offense? I don't see it happening. So I think Alabama, I'd be shocked if this game is close. This is another opportunity too. So Bama plus 13.5. I mean, I probably take it. I know Alabama's going to be leading by more than 7 at halftime. In fact, I'll tell you why I took that in just a few. No, this isn't. This is a real screen. No, this is the real backdrop. There's no green screen. I'll tell you where I'm at in just a few minutes. Chris, what's up, man? Quincy, what's going on? I appreciate you. Quincy said it's going to be close. I think Michigan's terrible. I think Alabama, same thing. I mean, I'm going to continue to say that this Alabama football team had no guys opt out. All the pressure is really on Alabama. Alabama literally has no opt-outs. You have your quarterback, you have your running backs, you have your, the most talented wide receiver in college football. Caden Proctor is going to play in this game. Everybody on the defense pretty much healthy. Like, there is no – if Alabama loses this game to Michigan, it'll be absolutely ridiculous. I'm not buying that this game is going to be close. I think that Alabama absolutely dominates Michigan this entire game. And you have El Presidente from Barstool Sports, upset at the end of the game because Alabama absolutely rolling with it. I appreciate you guys being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Yeah, and the thing is, Bama looks good. Bama looks locked in. None of these guys are talking about the NFL draft. None of these guys have opted out. So, and it's also important for the brand overall. Look, you have an opportunity to go against Michigan, a team that won the national championship last year. Yes, teams are different. Things have changed, but you still have an opportunity to go out, dominate Michigan. And look, Michigan is still getting guys. Michigan still has a gigantic brand, right? They just got Bryce Underwood, the most, coveted prospect there's ever been, I guess, in this NIL era, getting $12 million. You just got Justice Haynes for $500,000. I guarantee you that's, 3 times as much as the running backs here at Alabama are getting paid. The players that get paid here are the wide receivers and the quarterbacks, period. And then I think that, so it's a brand game. Plus, everybody's going to be watching this game. Everybody, look, I know this is going to make you uncomfortable, and I know that you don't want to hear this, but there's a lot of people that don't respect Alabama anymore. They don't. And it's because of Coach Kalen DeBoer. That's honestly the truth. So this is an opportunity for him to be like, hey, listen, we still got this. I still got this. We can finish out on a positive note, right? I'm not the ice cream man. So, but that's why. And people, and plus, so when you talk to fans of Tennessee, when you talk to fans of South Carolina, when you talk to, fans from around the country that aren't Alabama fans, they don't respect Alabama fans like they used to. And I know that makes you uncomfortable. It should. I'm probably going to be the only one that says it, which is fine, but that's the truth. So I'm going to live on that. And I think that if you ask the casual fan how they felt about Alabama football, they're going to be like, Alabama football isn't what it was. Alabama football is not going to be what it is. So this is an opportunity for your brand game to change the course. Thank you, Chad. And I know it probably makes people uncomfortable to hear that, but I'm not going to, sunshine pump this and be like, these guys can do it. These guys can get back. I don't even think that they're going to make the playoffs this next year. The schedule, not because they're not going to be a good team, just because of the way the playoffs are designed. And I think this team will lose in SEC competition. All right. So brand game. So literally, I hope that Coach Kalen DeBoer, I wish that in one of these press conferences that for once that a coach would just lay the law and be like, we want to beat the you-know-what out of Michigan. We want to send a message to the world of college football in this meaningless exhibition game that we want to absolutely dominate the opponent. Like 4 quarters of domination. Not like, oh, we respect Michigan. I think it's going to be a very challenging game. And, we're just happy to be. No. Like, we came here to beat your ass, period. You're going to get that. Seriously, it's like, why? Why don't you have that, man? Man, that's that dog mentality that you want to win the game. Man, come on. It's just frustrating because it's like you got to beat Michigan, and I think the only person that said that was kind of like a revenge factor a little bit was like Kane Womack. It was like, I think these players have a little bit of revenge factor. The last time you played Michigan, they beat you. They beat you in the Rose Bowl game. That and they beat Coach Caitlin Bohr too in the national title game. So I don't know. Maybe it's just not coming out in the public, but I don't want like this whole lackadaisical approach. We're at the beach. It's exciting to be here. You know, we're on roller coasters. We're at the zoo having a good time. No. Like, dial in, man. And I'm sure they are. It's just, I just really hope that Alabama beats Michigan, because if they don't, that will be a sad day in college football, especially this Michigan team, which I think is absolutely trash. All right. Let's see. You got the last rod for Milroe. He's got to be it. I mean, the young man, like, it's time for him. You know, this is his last game. And I think it's fitting to beat Michigan, because I think the Rose Bowl game probably sat heavy on him time. So having the opportunity to play Michigan almost 365 days later, what an opportunity, right? I understand why he won't talk about the NFL draft. I think he needs one more game. So, all right, you guys ready? Who's okay? I'm not in Tampa. All right, not in Tampa. All right, not in Tuscaloosa. Not in Santa Fe. All right, you guys see where I'm at. The lighting's terrible in here. I try to do the best that I could do in this hotel room. All right, I'm gonna show you. All right, let's see if I can get this. Who knows where that's at? I'm going to talk where you guys sound off inside the comment box. But I think the last rod for Ford is right. I mean, you have an opportunity. The guy he looked dialed in to me during the media opportunities, and kind of listened to him, talk about this coming game and maximizing his exposure. Yeah. So, nope, not New Mexico. All right. Can you go? Oh, you got to, yeah, I got to blow the screen up. My bad. There you go. That's it. Dun, 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 dun. Huntsville, baby. Man, they don't let me into a place as nice as Tampa. Come on now, I'm more of a Vegas cat. Yo, B251, what's up? This is Tuscaloosa. This is downtown Tuscaloosa. See the mountains in the back? See all the condos? Yeah, Tupelo. Oh yeah, Tupelo. I've been to Tupelo one time. Beautiful. You know what? That is like the nicest city. It's so clean in Tupelo. All right, so you guys know where I'm at. All right, Hunts Vegas. All right, you know what? Oh, good heads up. I've been out west for a while now. But thoughts and prayers to our friends out in Athens, Alabama. Holy cow, those storms were absolutely terrifying. So thoughts and prayers, if you know anybody out in Athens, Alabama, thoughts and prayers with you. If there's any way that we can help, get in contact with us, and we would definitely help you out. I'm really big on that. So, T is terrified of storms. She's watching. Have you guys watched Ryan Hall, the YouTuber? Think about, like, Ryan Hall has about 2 million subscribers. And he just, informs people about severe weather as it's happening. Probably one of the best YouTube channels that there is. So definitely check it out next time there's a storm up in your area. But if you are in Athens, or you have family out there, prayers to you. And anywhere else that was affected. I know poor Mississippi absolutely blown up as well. All right, 205 up in the house. I appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up on this video. Thank you so much for following our program today. All right, so we land. So let me set the scene. All right, so now that we're in Vegas. All right, so took a flight from Albuquerque to Vegas, easy flight, and we're on the flight. And this is following the games of Miami, and this is following the games of Colorado. Okay, so we land, and so we take a Southwest flight. Anybody floating Southwest? So we're up in the front. Sat like right in the very first seats in Southwest. All right, it was the first class on Southwest. Just kidding. But as we're landing in Vegas, there was these two ladies, and I overheard them talking about the NFL draft. I promise you, ask T. And so I of course interject, and we're talking about the quarterback position, and they're like, man, who should the Raiders take and blah, blah, blah. What do you think about Cam Ward sitting out, this and that? And they start talking about the top 2 quarterbacks. And I promise you this happened. I'm like, who do you want to take as your number 1 pick? And they were like, Shedeur Sanders. Well, we just saw him play against Colorado, against BYU. And then I was like, what about Cam? So I think they said Cam Ward and then Shedeur Sanders. I think that's how it worked. And I asked them, I was like, what about Jalen Milroe? These are West Coast fans. The fans out here on the West Coast, if you lived out here, it's more NFL. 100%. It's more NFL. And they're like, I was like, what about Milroe? And they're like, ooh, I don't know about him. I'm serious. That was that thing. So last ride for number 4, I think kind of getting back to it is like he has to have a big game. He has to have a big game. And I think the offensive play calling is going to be the exact same as it was all season because you have the exact same players playing, period. I think they're going to try to get the ball to Jalen Mbakwe to make him happy. I think you have to get the ball to Ryan Williams because he's the star of the show. You have to feed your running backs, but it's going to be Milroe inside the red zone. They're not going to do anything different. Last ride for 4, 100%. And then Jalen Mbakwe at wide receiver. That's one of the biggest storylines going in this game is a guy that has never played on the offensive side of the ball. Will he be an impact? I don't know, but I promise you they will try to get him the football. That is what I'm predicting in this game. All right. Did you guys see this? Cam Ward sat out the second half of the Pop-Tart Bowl. A couple things. Pop-Tart Bowl. There's literally at the end of the game, a Pop-Tart went into like a toaster. Did you see this? It was crazy. But Cam Ward, all right, reportedly sat out. I don't know if he sat out or not. Do you think he sat out? Yes or no inside the comment line. I don't know if he did. Look, how ironic is it that if he chose to set out and then the game goes down to literally the last seconds of the game where if he was in, he probably has an opportunity considering he did this every single game this season to lead his team down to heroics. At least Shedeur Sanders finished out the game. The guy, I thought Shedeur Sanders, you think Alabama has a bad offensive line? Colorado's offensive line was terrible. Terrible. At least Miami and at least Iowa State, those 2 teams wanted to win the game. BYU's a damn good team. BYU, I knew that BYU is tough to play in these type of bowl games. And like if you somehow catch them like out on the basketball court, like in weird games, they play up. BYU has pride in performance. 100%. They are a team. You don't even name one player, name 2 from BYU's team. You can't. But with Colorado, you can name players. Colorado is a team built on individuals. BYU is a team built on team. Cam Ward built on Cam Ward. Now, you're going to risk your, millions of dollars. Okay, so there it is. BDP, what's up, man? I appreciate you. Josh Pate, the king of college football, says that he opted out. So, if you opted out on his team on the second half, now, you could look at it 2 ways. Number 1, he quit on his team, which I feel he did. Or 2, he's protecting himself, for the NFL draft. I mean, you want to mess around with $45 million? Go ahead. But that's, it's none of our money. It's his money. So a lot of people still high on Cam Ward. And then this guy, Shedeur Sanders. At least this guy played to the final play. I thought he was going to get hurt like 5 different times. Seriously, like there was like 2 minutes left. This guy's running around the field. Travis Hunter, he got the ball to him a couple times, but Colorado, this team, all these teams, Miami, Iowa State, Colorado, Boise State, all these teams are trash. There's such a big discrepancy between the teams in the SEC and these other teams. These other teams are like, they're not good at all. There's good players. Travis Hunter is a baller, but in terms of like these other teams, they're not good. They're not. Man, Colorado, this team they weren't good at all. So here are the Mel Kiper's 5 quarterbacks on the board. Yo, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is this quarterback class overall? Like 10 is like the best class in the whole world, or like 5, 7, it's not that good. I don't know. I guess Jackson Dart declared as well. It doesn't seem like a very good quarterback class, does it? Is it? 5, 6. I don't think it's good. 7. J-Bakes has it really low. 6, 7. All right, Alex has it a little bit higher. Colorado, yeah, Eagle Vision. What's up, man? They look terrible. I was like, this team? Bama do 35. What's up, man? Kyle, I would say 4 because they're really not. I don't think it's good at all. Think about it. Okay, if you're in the NFL, put your little NFL hat on, okay? Yeah. Which quarterback are you like, man, this guy's going to turn around our program? Shador, yo, this guy, 15 to 20 yards, this guy can pipe it in. Cam Moore, late game heroics, big arm. These other 3 quarterbacks, Milroe, Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, do you want each of those guys leading your team? Seriously. I'm sorry. This is the NFL. If we're talking NFL now, there's no more everybody's good and everybody gets ice cream. The NFL, you don't perform, you get fired. That's it. Game over. This isn't the ice cream league. This is the NFL. And I know it probably makes you uncomfortable when you're like at the NFL. But follow the NFL. You're not good. They fire you. They don't play you because you've been here. You're a good person. No, like you don't play. You don't perform, you get fired. Period. The NFL don't play. I promise you. If you follow the NFL, you know that. You want somebody like it's crazy that how the NFL, they'll just swap you out. Unless you're what quarterback don't they take out? I mean, who else are the Jets going to play? Plus, Aaron Rodgers can cook sometime. All right, I saw this on Keelan Russell, kind of shifting gears here. He's down at this Under Armour All-American game. This is the number 1 player. This is another thing about Coach Kalen DeBoer. He got the number 1 player in the entire world in this class of 2025 to come over here. And while this article on On3, there's a great one with Steve Whitfong, says that Keelan Russell, this is how the story is framed, that he got offered all these NIL deals. Well, can you imagine the deal that he got here with Alabama? It's not like they paid him $100,000 and they're like, yo, man, come over here. We got the brand. No. You're talking like millions that he got, right? So that's why he turned down the other offers because he was already getting fed. But he also said, I know that if I do my own thing, it's going to come regardless. This guy has so much confidence. This guy has that swag factor. This guy, like his confidence level is 1,000,000%. I think in his mind, just kind of looking from the outside, that Keelan Russell is coming in fighting for that starting spot. And I know there's a lot of people here that feel like it should be Ty Simpson just because he's been here. Yo, this guy has the confidence. Like we haven't seen confidence like this in a long time with the quarterback coming in. This guy, I feel, absolutely wants to start. I can't wait to see him. I like to get on the freshman train, and these guys ball out. Man, I never would have thought. I knew that Ryan Williams would be this good. I didn't know that he'd be the best wide receiver or one of them in college football. Maybe this guy comes in and he's the best quarterback in college football. I mean, don't get it twisted. The way that these guys are developing at this rate, this young, I don't know, but he's at this Under Armour All-American game. These used to be more exciting, but now since everybody, signs, right after November, it's kind of killed the luster a little bit, but still, I watched the Under Armour game. It's still exciting to me. I like to see how these kids play. Also, you have Dejon Lee, the 6'4" corner coming in. He said, I see Damani Jackson, Zay, they just went over and fit right in, right? You're talking about, some more California kids. And you're looking at Dejon Lee coming in with a different skill set because of the fact that he's 6'4", long, rangy corner that I think can fit in. Nobody's really talking there. I think there's some of us that are talking about Dejon Lee, but does anybody think that he might have a shot to have some playing time this coming season? I know it's far out. I mean, the guy's not even here yet. But yo, Marcus, what's up, man? I see you inside the comment box. Dylan, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. See, Dylan brings up a good point, kind of going back to Keelan Russell. And I don't, we have no idea, but this is what's scary about college football right now. If you don't play, you leave. If you're a freshman that doesn't play or doesn't get the accolades or doesn't get posted on social media by the university or whatever, you leave. And you can do that. And that's what's broken. I don't think there's a lot of people that come in and they're willing to sit. Not unless they're getting paid mega millions already. If you're already getting paid and you're like, hey, just work, we're going to get you on the field. But I think that's the problem is you're going to fight so much entitlement. And I think you're going to fight from the scene from behind people that are like, hey, you can go get paid and play right away. Let's get out of here. Right. That's what I think the problem is that you're fighting. And that's just the world of college football. So you got to. So I think it would be very difficult to be a college football coach right now because you can't coach hard. You can't be like, no, you're not playing because you're not good enough. You're not playing because we have people that have worked harder than you in the weight room. We're not playing you because you don't understand the system yet. I think if you're, because these freshmen, what they're hearing is you're not playing because you don't like me. Well, I can go over here to another SEC school in this transfer portal window and I can get paid more and I'll be happier. Well, guess what? How many times have we seen that? And how many times have we continue to see guys who transferred from Alabama back inside the transfer portal again? That's the hardest thing about being a coach right now is I think, there's few guys out there now coaching college football that can tell players, sorry, we have somebody else better than you right now. And as soon as they hear that, they're gone. But that's the system that we live in. All right, we talked about last game for Milroe. I would imagine. Look, is there anyone that feels that this fake news that he might go to Oregon? That if you saw that story, he's not going to go to Oregon. He's not going to transfer. That's it. Like I think he's going to the NFL. You just saw the draft class. Like what other quarterbacks would you take over them? I think there's a couple other out there that you'll hear more about some additional quarterbacks, but it's got to be. His last ride. So I'm not even going to leave that up on the screen very long. Do you think that we see Ty Simpson in this game? Yes or no inside the comment box? Yes or no inside the comment box? I don't think so. I don't. I mean, unless Alabama just starts beating the absolute brakes off. Okay, how about this? I think we see Ty Simpson if Alabama's up by 21 in the third quarter. Comfortable lead. I'm with Max inside the comment box. But I don't think so. I really don't. Kind of a good mix in here of, yes and no. I don't. Because this game's critical. Whether they're going to say it or not, this game is too critical to mess around with. You have to, and Milroe gives you the best ability to win this game based off where we're at. But no, you're not going to see him. I don't think that you have some sort of like third quarter, dun, da, 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 here's a passing of the torch. Good luck, Ty, win the game. No. I think it's like, yo, man, we got to win this game. Because remember, this transfer portal, it's opens 5 more days after Alabama's game. But there's no passing of the torch and being like, oh, man, congratulations. You've been here for this amount of time. You're going to get to play. No. I think it's like you have to win the game. Nicole, what's up? I see you inside the comment box. Prime D1 Bama, what's up, man? Alabama national champs, what's going on? I appreciate you. Michigan has a very dangerous quarterback. Yeah, but I don't even know if Alex Orji, if he's going to play quarterback in this game, right? I think, he's entered the transfer portal. He's still with the team, but I don't know if he's going to play quarterback. I don't know. I just don't think that Michigan has any offense in this game. That's why I think Alabama, depleted or not, or whoever they're going to start at secondary, whether that's Zay Mincy and looks like Bray Hubbard, excuse me, that I think Alabama should dominate this game, right? I agree. Prime D1 Bama. Alex O, I don't think he's that good for Michigan, right? And Bama Dude 35. Yeah, I think that's who you're going to get to start at quarterback is this Davis Warren for Michigan. But yeah, I don't think that we see Ty Simpson. All right, let me ask you this. Does Bama win by 2 scores? Yes or no? Inside the comment box. Yes or no, does Bama win by 2 scores? I don't know. I mean, T and I put a parlay yesterday. So we walk in and we put a parlay. All right, so we have and the first thing I looked at, because I grabbed the sheet and I'm looking at the boards. And so I don't know how I feel about Alabama winning by 13.5. All right. A lot of people do. Okay. Maybe we'll put a Bama football on YouTube parlay together. Okay. But then I started looking at some of the first half lines and I was like, damn, this seems easy. Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you think that this is our parlay? Let me know how you feel about this. Okay. Bama by 7 at halftime. Do you like that? I love that. I love that. So we took that. Okay. Bama by 7 at halftime. 100%. Love it. Okay. All right. So we good with that? Quincy keeps hitting us up. He's like, that defense is good. Quincy's been right all season long. Okay. All right. Okay. You guys like that. Okay. All right. The second one we have is Texas by 7 at halftime over Arizona State. You like that? Texas by 7. What do we like this as well? Texas by 7 over Arizona State at halftime. Right? That's all you have to have. They could be leading by 10, 21, right? Yes, yes, no? A lot of people are saying no. And you're like, where's T at? Yo, this is the other thing too, is we're in Vegas. So the show, check what time it is in Vegas. Pride and Performance. I was up at 6 a.m. in Vegas show prepping. All right. That's the Pride and Performance. But I think tomorrow we might have the show a little bit later, during the day. And we'll figure out what we'll do for like the watch along. So just, I'll keep you guys posted. T was not up at 6 a.m. I was up at 6 a.m. All right. Pride and Performance, even when you're on the road. These are road games, right? Max Tooney, this is live. All right. Our last, we have Bama by 7 at half, Texas by 7 over Arizona State at half. And then we have South Carolina up by 6 at half. South Carolina by 6 at half. So that's what we're looking at. All right. You guys like that? South Carolina by 6 at half? Bama dude doesn't think we're going to hit it at all. All right. South Carolina, Bama. So that's our parlay. All right. South Carolina, Illinois. Man, aren't you glad? People don't like that one. Damn it. That's where we missed our parlay. No, we didn't elope. People asking if we elope. Did we talk about it? Possibly. But yeah, South Carolina, that's the one you guys don't like. I didn't know if Alabama wins by 2 scores or not. All right. And you know what? Just thank goodness that Alabama isn't playing Illinois in a bowl game. You know how boring that would be? Oh my goodness. God bless. Fromm is saying, all eyes on Bama's OC, Nick Sheridan. That guy has the most confidence out of any offensive coordinator I've ever seen, maybe since Steve Sarkisian. It's like that guy has coached the offense for 25 years. A lot of people have other things to say about him, but Nick Sheridan, that guy, I don't know these guys, but from watching him on film, it seems like comes off a little bit arrogant. I don't know. All right. It kind of seems like that. All right. Here's a look at the college football window. All right. Here are the games on the board for the college football playoffs. All right. So you got a game tomorrow between Penn State and Boise State. We'll start up at the top. Okay. All right. Is there anybody? Let's just do it like this. Who wins, Penn State or Boise State? Or let's do it like this. Does Penn State win by 2 scores? Does Penn State beat Boise State by 2 scores? Yes or no? I think so. I don't know. I'm going back and forth on this one. I definitely am not going to drop a bet on this one because I feel that I don't think that Boise State, can play with any of these teams. They're in hypothetical betting situations. They're like a 2 score, underdog against all these teams. But for whatever reason, Penn State, I could see them blowing it. All right. I've been tough on Penn State all year. I don't think they're that good of a team. Then they looked good against Oregon. I don't know. I mean, they beat a weak SMU team. They got an easy playoff schedule. James Franklin just doesn't seem to win big games. All right. So does Penn State beat Boise by more than 2 scores? I don't know. I guess I'll say yes, but I feel weird about this game. Look, I'm going to watch all these games just because I'm interested in them. But I think that Penn State wins regardless. I think we can all bet on that by 2 scores. I guess so. Quincy has Boise State winning. Yeah, look, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be like if Boise State somehow wins this game, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, that's the craziest thing. Just because Penn State, I don't believe in this team. Okay, Texas and Arizona State. Does Texas look at these shouldn't be playoff games. Does Texas win by more than 2 scores against Arizona State? This is one I think we might. Do we like this one? Can we get maybe a parlay on this one? All right, Texas, right? All right, so this is parlay number 1. All right, is Texas by 2 scores against Arizona State. Okay, that's our first parlay. Let's write this down. We're going to go down and make another bet this morning. So Texas by 2 scores, all right, against Arizona State. I didn't even see what the first half line is. We'll have to get another sheet this morning. All right, Texas boy, what's up, man? I saw that. Isaiah Bond back in the mix as well. Okay, and this one at halftime was basically a pick'em, Ohio State and Oregon. All right. Type O for who wins this game? Type O for Ohio State and type O for Oregon. Just kidding. All right. Type B for Buckeyes and type D for Ducks. Eagle Vision already bit with the O. No, no. So type B for Buckeyes and type D for Ducks. And at halftime for this game, it's like a pick'em. I'm kind of feeling, man, I'm such a Nick Saban guy that like Nick Saban, I heard him hyping up Ohio State recently, and I agree with him. Like they look like they could win the whole thing. But man, Oregon too. Think about this. Oregon is still undefeated at this point. If Oregon wins out this entire thing, they finish out the year 16-0. Going to be close. That is certainly the game that everybody's will be watching. So I don't know. The Bama dude says, we're good, bro. Ruben, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Ricky Smith, what's going on? Daniel Adams. Daniel Adams, that sounds like such a presidential name every time I see it inside the comment box. Oh, Jimmy Carter passed away. 100 years old. I was reading about Jimmy Carter yesterday. Man, he was the longest living president. RIP to Jimmy Carter. I was just reading a couple different things about him yesterday. But yeah, former president. Story time real quick before we get to Notre Dame, Georgia. When I lived in D.C., I went to the Line and State ceremony for Ronald Reagan. So when I was living out there, Ronald Reagan passed away, and they had the Line and State ceremony. Has everybody ever been to one of these? Seriously. So what they do is they hold it in the rotunda. So they put the president's coffin with a flag draped over it. And inside the U.S. Capitol, I used to give tours of the U.S. Capitol, by the way. And I went to the Line and State ceremony. And as I was going, they have a parade before. It was a procession that was going right past the Capitol building. And then they had the Line and State ceremony, I think, like later the next day. So anyways, I'm up in Congress, right? And I was working for a congressman at the time. So I'm about to head out to go watch this parade. It's like 3 p.m. And I'm walking through the congressional doors, and the alarms go off, and they start like the alarms start buzzing, and they say a plane is incoming. And so we all start running down. It was crazy. This is in 2000, and you could look it up, 2005, I want to say. And long story short, the governor of Kentucky, his airplane had flown into restricted airspace, and they were about to shoot it down. I kid you not. So that all blew over. I hung out at a buddy's house in Georgetown, had a beer, went back over, and then the next day caught the Line and State ceremony for Ronald Reagan. It was crazy crazy story. Notre Dame, Georgia. Nick Saban for president. Wouldn't that be something? All right, Notre Dame, Georgia. Are we surprised to see that this line is so close, or is it just because that Carson Beck isn't playing? Type N for Notre Dame, G for Georgia. I feel that Georgia's going to win this game still, right? Even despite Notre Dame or Carson Beck being out. I don't know. Can you imagine Notre Dame beating Georgia? Oh my goodness, we would never hear that. You know what would happen You know what's gonna? You know what? Georgia has to win this game to save college football. Because if Notre Dame beats Georgia, Notre Dame will forever make the playoffs for the rest of eternity. Because they will always point back to this game. They'll be like, well, even though Notre Dame didn't play in a conference, they were still able to beat the SEC champ. So that's how good they are. I've said this for a long time. I thought Notre Dame. I was impressed with their first round game. I really was. But overall, this is another pretender type team. Look, you caught, and then they catch the SEC champ without their quarterback. So, oh my goodness, can you imagine if this team wins Notre Dame? We'll never hear the end of it. So Georgia, I guess I'm hoping that Georgia wins. All right, and then you see, and what happens is Notre Dame, if they win this game, they'll use it forever for like comparative differences. You see what I'm saying? Like next year, let's say Notre Dame beats Georgia, okay, and then next year Georgia beats Alabama somehow. They finally find a way to beat Alabama. Notre Dame would be like, see, we're better than you. That's why I'm 100% pulling for Georgia. All right. Notre Dame has what's up, Hattie Mae? Appreciate you being here. Sarah, good morning to you. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, on location. I showed you guys the view earlier. You guys have been here before. Has anybody stayed at that's the Mirage over there? I haven't been to. Remember the Mirage used to have the white. I don't know if they still have white lions. Do they? Or white tigers? Do they still have? Did anybody see that show, the Siegfried and Roy? Do you remember this? Which show are we going to? T. Absent. We're going to Absent. Yeah, we're just here for a couple of days, and then we're flying back. There's a direct flight back to Birmingham, so we're only here for a couple of days. Came out here to Vegas. You know, I've been out here many different times. You know, growing up in New Mexico, like Vegas is a hop, skip, and a jump away. Have some family that lives out in Henderson. Of course, you know, Bishop Gorman's out here. The high school football in Vegas is pretty good. You know, Derek Meadows, right? You have Derek Meadows who's from here, and several others. So yeah, just out in Vegas, posted for a while. Probably hit yesterday. We hit Caesars. Shoot, where else did we go? We went everywhere. We went to you know, when you're out here, you could just start walking. But I've been out here for many different times. So you know, if you have anybody before we close out, anybody have any Vegas recommendations? I've been out here a ton. So, and T's been out here once before, but I'm playing tour guide. So, we're hitting all the spots. We appreciate you guys. But I think are we going to the Golden? Is it the Gold? We're going to the Golden Steer on the 1st. Wait, Siegfried and Roy are dead? Each of them? I don't follow. I mean, I didn't even know. Wow. RP to Siegfried and Roy. Yeah, but like there's the Mirage right here. I don't even know if you still go to the Mirage. There's like construction, as you can see. We haven't been to the Sphere. Has anybody been to the Sphere? I keep calling it the Big I because it's like a I, but it's this Sphere. Oh, so the Lions are alive. All right, yeah. Anywhere else that we should check out? Fremont is cool. Yeah, we're definitely gonna hit up Fremont Street. Appreciate you guys. I love Fremont Street. Play the dollar machines. Well, you know what? We're going around a couple tables. Man, some of the entry levels for like the blackjack, it's getting a little steep, right? Like I thought like neither one of us are like huge gamblers or anything, but like the minimums on some of these tables was like 25 or something like that just to get into the game. We're like, oh, so yeah, 50, 25. Oh, we went to the Bellagio yesterday. Bellagio, Caesars, Venetian. We went to the Cosmopolitan. Maybe that's why all those tables are steep. Oh, we went to Shays. That was more. Yeah, that was more family friendly. Valley of Fire. If you want to leave the strip, that's what's up, man. I've heard. I looked at Valley of Fire. Definitely looks dope. And I looked up. There is a F3 workout group out here, but my back's still a little. I'm not 100%. Otherwise, I'd be hitting up the boys over here for F3. All right. And then we went to we were gonna try. We went to a really nice dinner yesterday, and then we were gonna try to hit up In-N-Out. We didn't stay up late, and we were home early. But man, you should have seen that. And I think who's a fan of In-N-Out inside the comment box? I look, In-N-Out is good. It's fine. I personally like Fatburger. If anybody's been out to the West, I like Fatburger. You know what? Five Guys is very good too. In-N-Out is good. I don't know if it's just like this thing, and I'm not trying to start like a war up in here about In-N-Out or anything like that. It's just it's good. But there's other like I feel that Fatburger, that's kind of more my jam. All right. In-N-Out is fantastic, 100%. Man, Jay Bake, I'm not in golf form right now, but come the springtime, man, I definitely can't wait to get back on the links. I never really even played out in the West, to be honest. Like I haven't played any courses in Arizona or out here in Vegas. When I started playing a couple years ago, it's just mostly in Alabama and these tight courses, like out at North River. I'm not a member out there anymore in Tuscaloosa, but that's where I learned to play. And that course, if you played in Tuscaloosa, it's beautiful. It's challenging. The greens run at like 13 during tournament time, so it's like putting on concrete. But yeah, I can't wait. So tomorrow, I'll let you guys know inside the community tab about what time we're going live tomorrow. I'm trying to think about. Tomorrow's the game, so I don't know if we're going to go live for the game or go live for post. So just make sure that you're notified, and we'll come on live and we'll break it down. But enjoy your time, enjoy these days of college football. Yesterday we watched some NFL and just having a good time. I appreciate you, and we'll be back once we get back to Tuscaloosa and get back to our regular scheduled programming. Everything will be it's always consistent, but what I'm saying, I'll be able to be home at my studio and stuff like that. Hey, Jay Beck, yeah, that's what's up, man. You've been out to North River? Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's a good detail. That's a great course. You know what's a good course too is Old Colony. Old Colony, right in Tuscaloosa, is great. And then they just opened up, kind of redid Hidden Meadows, which is kind of on the backside in Northport. I played there last year one time. It was good. They're just kind of like bringing it back to life, but really good course as well. Old Colony, can't sleep on that course. And then there's also the Links, which is on the other side. But I still haven't played the Links. And then the University of Alabama just opened up like a new course, but I think it's just for like university like people. It's probably, I think it's Coach Saban's course, right? And then I played out in I played Bentbrook. And I played some Pines out in Birmingham. I played a couple of Birmingham places. Well, I appreciate you guys hitting me up today and watching the show. Coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. I was going to do I was going to show you this, but the lighting isn't that good on that side, so you wouldn't be able to see me. But anyways, out here for a couple more days, been on too long of a, extended stay. I need to get back home, but, we're going to enjoy our time here in Las Vegas for a couple days watching the ReliaQuest Bowl. As news happens, I got you posted right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Monday, and we will catch you soon as news happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Tomorrow, ReliaQuest Bowl. What you could do inside the comment box, please post your final score prediction inside the comment box. I think if I have to give a score prediction, I'm going to roll with Alabama. Let's do Alabama 34, Michigan 10. 34-10. Can we write it down on the receipts? 34-10. Marcus, similar score. All right, 34-10. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for rocking with me. Drop your score prediction inside the comment box. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. See you, fam.